Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the pieces of forever that you broke. But since you left me alone, I've been high.
Oh, there she is, boy, the old Land Rover. Welcome back everyone to the channel. On today's episode we are working on the Fiat 500, the 2019 one. We're finishing off that project today. Let's turn you around and I'll show you. There it is. It's back from the paint shop. You would have already seen the Freelander project. This is in the way at the moment now. That aired last week. I don't have to hide any projects from you now. You got the white one in the background. We got the Land Rover project, and we got the Fiat 500 2019. Now this is back. We are working on this. All the paint and bodywork has been done. So I could be honest, she's looking really nice now. The only thing we need to do on this now is the last finishing touches, which is give it a good clean. We've also got to put the arch liner back in, and over the inside I got new car mats for it, and I've also got some news about this car that I've managed to do a bit of digging on it, and I'll tell you at the end what that is. And don't forget, stay to the end because I'm going to do the numbers on this car as well, where I'm going to sit down, go through how much the car cost, how much I've spent, how much the paintwork was, the bodywork, how much is up for sale for. So don't miss that. So first things first, I want to try and get the car, if I'll show you, up to the garage a bit so I can get the jack under and everything else. But before I go and do all that, I'll just refresh your memory. Hasn't he done a good job on that sill, guys? If you remember, that was all split and all dented in. Fair play to him. He's knocked it out the bag again. A cracking job on that sill. He's blended it all in, all the way at the bottom. He's also done, if you remember, there was a dent or scratch, I can't remember what it was now. It was a big scrape in the bumper. He's also done that as well. So that car is more or less perfect now. There shouldn't be any more marks on it. You've also given me some touch-up paint so I can do the door edges, but it's all going to be done in this episode. It's going to give it a good clean and just get it up for sale, so we can get some funds back and crack on with the next project. I ain't buying any more. There's a story behind the reason why I got two 500s. I never said about it, to be honest. The reason why I got two 500s is I seen this and I thought, oh, I was in work at the time, so I couldn't live bid on it, so I put my maximum bid on it and left it thinking I wouldn't win this. Then the white one, I put a maximum bid on this one. I left it thinking, oh, you never win any, and lo and behold, I win this one and I win the other one. The worst thing about it is they were both in different locations, which was a big mistake. And this was up in Doncaster, which is like nearly 4.5 hours away from me, nearly. So it was a full 9-hour day picking this one up, and a good full 8-hour day picking the other one up. So a big mistake. So hence why I've got the two. I know I didn't intentionally buy two projects, but that's what happened. And we've also got the Land Rover Freelander project, which is ongoing because I'm still going to be using this car for picking up projects, but there's no rush for this one. I need to sell that to free up some funds to buy parts for this one, to get this one up to a decent standard, and then it's just a case of selling, cleaning it up, and that's ready. But I'll still be using that while it's up for sale. This one, like I said, we're waiting for parts for it. I think most of them are come now, so I think next week's video will be on this, and we'll be starting work on the gearbox. Do that first, smash that gearbox, and then after that then we got the sump and the timing belt to do. So it's quite a lot of content on this one, and then after that it's just clean up the bodywork, give it a good clean because it's absolutely buzzing inside, and that's done. But we're not here for that, and we're not here for this, we're here for that. So let's get that car to here so we can get that wheel arch done, and then what we're going to do then is take it onto my drive, where we used to film back in the day. Clean that car up, and we're going to take it to one of my locations and take some cinematics and show you the for sale pictures, and we'll go for the numbers. Let's crack on and get this beast out the way.
Rise up from the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens. Gotta let go to see the magic happen. They got us a quick change, so we like them in phase. I'll just buy a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. So we like them in phase. I'll just buy a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. Born in the darkness, fight for the light. If this ever die, I'm a fight.
Right, let me see if I can see. Right, that was a bit of a pain. The wheel arch liner's back in now. I got new screws but there, and one underneath. There, new screws and new brackets to hold that in. Said the bumper's been repaired, that's all solid, and the wheel arch liner's in, so it's a case now of putting the wheel back on, and that's done. You can see how dirty the car is, stinking. So let's crack on, get this wheel back on, and give this car a well-deserved clean. That's all done. Oh, the sun is really bright. This colour really pops in the sunlight, mind. You can see it. It's really, it's got like a glitter to it. You see that, guys? It's a really nice colour. It's going to look really nice once it's cleaned up. So let's get this car back on the drive and give it a well-deserved clean.
The doorway to open up and see what kind of lifeline will be waiting there for me. I need to bury all these fears, let them fade away. I'm not scared, I'm prepared to find myself again. I wanna fly over mountains, the pain that I once let kill my vibe. I fear the day that I lose the chance to fight. So I stand up tall, ready to face it all again. And I will not fall, I won't lose again. I wanna fly over mountains, I wanna reach the air.
Okay, somewhere in here there is fallout. I should have some fallout bleeding. There you go. Now, like I said, I had all this from my local Trago store, and it was all on offer. Like they were like £2.50 to £5. So that's why I got all these. So I'm just going to slap some of this on and see if it gets anything on. I'm not a detailer. I don't try and pretend I am. To be honest, I can't stand cleaning cars. One of my things I just don't like doing. It's part of the process. You've got to do everything. But it should start going red if there's any oxides in there, and it'll clear it all away. Well, I've used this on a couple of cars, and I gotta be honest, I would recommend them. Only because of the price. Like I said, this was like £2.50 something like that, because it was on offer. So that's one of the reasons why. But they're good anyway. I can't complain. What else do we have in here? We have alloy armour. It's alloy wheel sealant. Quick detailer. We got ceramic suds. That's like a cutting compound. Interior trim. That smells banging. We got breakout no acid wheel cleaner. So it's quite a lot of stuff in here, like, and I've got this one in here as well. So I'll just go around with a brush, give it a good clean. You don't really want to see me do everything on the car, but I'll just crack on now. Give it a good clean. I'll wipe it all down now, dry it all off, get all rid of the watermarks off it, and we'll start on the inside. Join me when I get into the inside part, guys. I've got new car mats, so these can go straight in the bin. Won't be washing the carpets, there's no need. It's a brand new car practically. Doesn't smell in here. So, just in case of giving it a good clean. Put that where it belongs, in here somewhere. That'll do. The finishes touches, guys, because it's clean now, is I always like to put brand new mats in. What do you think of them? You see that 500 badge on them? I think it just gives a finishing touch. Proper car mats. I'll fit them tidy now. Now you tell me if fitted brand new car mats make a massive difference. I just think they make a massive difference to the car. They're actually fitted ones. I think they're about 20 quid. But 20 quid well spent. When you see fitted in the car, lovely. And all the inside is clean. It looks mint. I will show you the outside, and I'll show you the finished car when we get to the location. See you in 5, guys.
Shine bright up all night, we're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes, we're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now, do it like it's only
Hey, what do you think of the backdrop? I absolutely love this location. I do take some photos of the cars from up here. In front of me is the Brecon Beacons and Penavan. The car is finished. That was the damaged side. It looks absolutely mint now. She's come up absolutely beautiful. Fair play. The paintwork's come up nice. She's really clean. I couldn't ask for a nicer car. Car mats, finish her off. She smells lush. Just everything about this car is nice. There is nothing I dislike about it. She is perfect. And what else to end a perfect car with a perfect view. I am very fortunate to live in a beautiful country. That is the end of this project. Now what I did say, watch to the end and we'll go through some numbers with this car, and that's what I'm going to do next. I hope you enjoyed that little segment at the end. Before I get into the most important part of the video, is the figures. I know a lot of you like to know how much these cars cost and things. I want you to stop what you're doing, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Even if you just like the video, it means a big thing to me. And comment below as well, what do you think of a finished car. Comment below, guys. Your input into the videos goes a long way, and I do try and interact with everyone that does comment on the videos. So like I said, back to the most important part. But before I get to the figures, I have a service book here now that I bought off eBay for the 500. And the reason why I bought this is I've done a little bit of digging on the car, going off where the car was purchased from originally, from new, and it came from a dealer up London somewhere. So I traced down the dealer, rang him up and asked a few questions about how or when it was serviced last, if anything. Because it's a fairly new car, does it come with warranty and things like that? So they would gladly give me the information, and they did send me a lot of the information via email as well, which was a massive help. They did say that they would buy, if I could buy the book from them, they would stamp the book as well, but they couldn't post it. So if I could get down there and pick it up, that would have been the ideal situation. Obviously living, well, a good 4 or 5 hours away, that wasn't ideal. So what I did instead, and it's more or less the same thing, is I bought a service pack off eBay. They kindly printed off all the information and sent the information to me via email. I have now printed off that information and will be putting it into this book. So the car then comes with some sort of history. Now the history of the car that I've been told, it was serviced by the main dealer at 18,000 miles in March, and before that it was 10,000 miles in December, I think it was, of the following year. So it's got full service history with the car now, which is a massive selling point, especially something as new as this. I wanted to make sure that it was all up to date. I was going to take it to the main dealer, in fact, to have it serviced rather than me do it, just in case it did have warranty on it. I'm glad I didn't potch with the service side of it, because it does. It has full service history. It's not due now until March next year, the service, or I think it's another 9,000 miles. But including that, it also, what they told me was, it comes with full manufacturer's warranty for another year at least, up until March next year. So it comes with full service history. It does need to be MOT'd until March next year, and it also comes with full manufacturer's warranty. So that is an added bonus to this car that I wanted to keep to the end. So it does come with all them extra benefits. Hence why the price has gone up from, I was going to sell it for about 6.5, it's gone up to 6,995, only because full service history, doesn't need an MOT until March next year, and it comes with manufacturer's warranty. It's done 21,000 miles and it's an absolute bargain of a car. I can't say no more anymore on it. It sells itself. Anyway, the numbers. This is my book that I use. I love sloths. My kids love sloths. They call me a sloth, so that's why it's a sloth book. In here is more or less every car that I've done. It listed every part that I buy, and try and keep a log of my expenses. But this car, the Fiat 500, this car cost of car excluding fees 3,100. Including fees was £3,572, which obviously jumps up a lot when you start going above £2,000 for cars. So it was £3,572 for that car as it was. Delivery costs. Now, if I was having this car delivered, it came from Canvey Island, I think it was. Now, if I was having this car delivered, you would be talking about £450, I would have thought, to have that delivered. The cost of I hire a trailer now and use the Freelander to tow with. The trailer costs £45 a day and a £300 deposit which you get back. So £45 price of fuel. I don't charge my time because it's not a full-time job. You know, if this was something that I'd done for a living, then obviously your time would need to be calculated into this as well, how much you're on an hour and everything else. I know for the sticklers I like doing all that. I don't, because like I said, this is a hobby for me. So the total for the price of the fuel was £81. That wasn't bad for a round trip. It was nearly 8 hours, mind, so £81. So the total, including delivery, to get this car delivered to the door or the garage, cost £3,698.80. So that's everything to get it to the door, which was, for a 2019 car, it's still cheap. Now this is way out of my comfort zone. Obviously I don't like spending that much on cars. 1 to 2k maximum normally is my comfort zone on a car, but obviously being the age of this car, I really wanted it. You're going to pay a premium for cars now, especially the way the salvage cars are. So we go on to the parts list now. The wheel hub was £57. The headlight was £99.95. The arch liner was £30. The wing delivered, I paid £60, but it was like £24 postage, but it was in colour. So it came to £84, which is still cheap for a wing, to be honest. A daytime running light was £88, which is good for an LED version. Chrome bumper trim, which was a bit steep, was £19. Drive shaft, some of these parts are second hand, was £34. Technically I could have repaired the drive shaft, but I wanted to replace the boot and everything else. I just didn't want to get into it. So £34 I thought was pretty cheap. Wishbone tie rod end, they come from my local motor factors, and they were £125, which I thought was a bit steep for a wishbone or lower arm and a tie rod end. But that front tyre was 50 quid. Car mats were £18.99, which is an absolute bargain. Don't forget, you've got to account for the logbook. I paid £25 for the logbook. It has one previous owner to me. This is a downside to putting cars in your name, is obviously it increases the ownership. So this would have had one owner from new, so that would have been another selling point. But obviously to tax, MOT and do whatever to these cars, you need to drive them around. I do anyway. Some people don't. I like to drive these cars around, make sure they're spot on. So to do that, I've got to put my name to it. Service book was £29.99, which is what I needed. Now, the paint, it had to go twice. So tell me what you think of this. I use him all the time, and to be fair, he looks after me. He's really cheap to me. He can be expensive on certain things. He painted the bonnet, repaired the bumper twice, sprayed the bumper, blended the wing. He'd done the wing to the bumper because it needed a bit of blending. Lower sill damage had been repaired. He blended in the sill to the lower part of the quarter panel, and he also repaired the back bumper and gave that a spray. So he's done all that, and it cost £350, guys. So I think that's really cheap, to be fair, for what he's done. Like I said, he sprayed it all. So the grand total for the Fiat 500 2019 car was £4,829.55. You'd look in roughly just short of £1,000 or just over £1,000 to do all the work for that. So that's what you've got to take into consideration, guys. Getting these cars back on the road is not a cheap thing to do, and especially when it comes to spraying and things like that, the paint work and body work comes to a lot. So that car owes me £4,829, and it is up for £6,995. Now it should be a good little return in that car. That's if it sells. It could be holding on to this car for a little while it goes. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's a little bit different to what I normally end the video on. Join me next week where we start taking apart the clutch and working on the white Fiat 500. And hopefully, if everyone does like this side of it, given the numbers, if you do, like the video, comment below if you like me doing this. Gives you an insight to what things cost, and I will do it in the next one. But that's only if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below, tell me yes or no about the numbers. And we'll do the same on this one, and it'll be something that I'll carry on doing in every other video. But like I said, you've got to help me by liking the video and subscribing if you haven't. So we'll crack on with this one next week, guys. Sorry this video was a bit late. I did go away for the weekend, unplanned break, so this is why this is coming out on Monday. I'm filming this. I've literally got back from holiday today. I'm finishing off this video now, and hopefully we'll be back to a normal Sunday video for you next week. I hope you enjoy. Take care. Look after yourselves, guys. I really appreciate all the comments and likes and everything else you do to help. I really do appreciate it, and your advice is second to none. Thank you all, and I'll see you all next week, guys. Take care now.
I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I